What's going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. Hiya, hiya, hiya. So, this is probably just going to be an extra post video in here somewhere. But I get asked pretty frequently, by folks in game or, some new clan members or occasionally in a comment when I'm going through and, showing my list of frames, why do I have this extra Lavos down here, right? Like, why? Well, I talk about it all the time. So my primary Lavos build is this. It's basically armor, casting speed, umbral set, going for status, duration, ability, strength, some range, and then health and armor tanking, for lack of a better way to put it. And basically just using him as an elemental platform that's not doing any buff per se to weapons, but is just basically just kind of this tank of a frame just sitting there doing his thing. So why do I need a second one? Well, first of all, you don't. And you can, funny enough, get away with doing something pretty similar to this with one less forma. Other than my normal Lavos build. So this is a double corrosive emerald shard set with 1 casting speed, but 2 for shield capacity. And this is one of those setups to where I actually did a subsume specifically because this is a Grineer based kill frame. So this is just run the fuck around, hell tank in a different way, but use pillage for shield buffing and armor stripping on top of using corrosion for armor stripping. So you don't need to sit there and do corrosive damage with Lavos specifically. You can do basic direct health attack damage, like Toxin, for example. And the bonus part of it is that when you pick, let's say on Catalyze, if you pick Toxin, it automatically imbues heat no matter what the hell you do. So if you do a singular element, it doesn't combo the heat and the viral, or the heat and the toxin together to make gas. It actually does heat and toxin. So you can combo elements, but there's always going to be heat. So by doing this, by taking the cold off, yes, you can't do viral, you can't do magnetic, but you don't need to. So this type of setup is definitely meant for, definite steel path usage. This isn't a base star chart frame because this will just annihilate everything that sits on the base star chart. It's just gonna, like, he can fart with this fucking toxin ephemera and they'll fall over dead. So the premise goes behind this basically saying, okay, yeah, you have the Tenet Galaxian. Okay, that's a thing. You have the Tenet Cycron. If you don't have the Zorus, I don't know what the hell to tell you at this point. The Galaxian is a murmur build. Okay, so it's corrosive cold radiation magnetic because it's a magnetic progenitor. The Cycron, a little different. It's another murmur build, but it's heat corrosive radiation, so we got a little bit more shit going on there. And then the Zorus is just pure corrosive. So one way or another, we're hitting motherfuckers. Now, can I just pop over and do viral instead? Absolutely I can. I don't, given the fact that I've got 2 abilities of doing corrosive damage on top of doing corrosive with Lavos, I can simply do a viral build. And just for the sake of curiosity, the Zorus is quite simply more buffing and taking the place of the 60-60, adding a touch more toxin and giving myself a little bit more of a crit chance buff. It's really nothing amazing. The Cycron, funny enough, it's damage and critical chance. It's really, again, it's a no-neg, nothing crazy. The Tenet Galaxian, God help me, yeah, this one doesn't even have the ribbon on it. So, like, yeah, I have a Galaxian ribbon, but this doesn't even need the ribbon because this is quite specifically meant to go against a murmur, and the ribbon normally goes in place of here, or technically up here, but you know what I mean. So this is just a whole lot of I fucking hate the enemy. And then to just kind of assist with some survivability basis, we're using Worm Prime because Worm Prime obviously has negate, which obviously helps every 5 fucking seconds on doing good stuff. It's good time. And we're using the Tazikor for just a gas electric utility kind of setup, so we're just basically just proccing this that much more bullshit going on here. So it's generally just a really silly good time. But again, Is this something that you need to do? Fuck no, it's not. This was just a pure, I got fucking bored one night and said, I'm gonna build another Lavos. And 3.5 days later, wunderbar, we have another fucking Lavos. Let's see how dumb we can make this. And I've tested all sorts of different, you know, weapons that have got specific Grineer, you know, damaged elements on them. And yeah, sure, it's fine. But this particular setup is just kind of silly.
Scans show Grineer are harvesting Kuba nearby.
Well, wasn't meaning to do that, but, you know, we're going to let that cool off for a second because I hit the wrong button. Because I'm stupid. Cool. Alright, let's start shit. So basically the way this works is you hit pillage, you hit the 4, you kill, you pretty much prime everything to death. So we hit pillage, we hit the 4. While the 4 is casting, you do some of that good, and you gotta understand that, especially with something like Lavos, you can also pick up just the energy orbs that you haven't converted for more status immunity. That is not what I was trying to do at all. So we did pillage, we hit the 4, let's go ahead and toxin proc some more here, make sure they're all fucked up. I'm over here armor stripping these motherfuckers with my gun, but I am running a pure armor strip to pillage anyway. Here, hold on. Let's find a guy with armor. Oh, you ain't got no damn armor. Fuck off. This guy got armor. See? Bye-bye, armor.
Get ready for a capsule.
It just, yeah. Running a murmur build, just a radiation corrosive setup with this is just absolutely stupid. Pillage, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this, bye-bye. Now, why would I only use Toxin? Well, Toxin's usually kind of useless against Grineer because their armor is so damn thick.
I delivered a life support capsule to the area.
Excuse me, you stop that right now. I'm just like aiming at a doorway. It's like 4:30 in the morning, so just kind of fucking around. I mean, this just pretty much ensures that everybody just bursts into flames and dies, or they die of some, like, Rona-type virus that you're throwing at them. It's just complete fucking about. This is one of those tinker nonsense builds, okay? Like, it's kind of one of those, why not? Oh, look, friends.
Life support incoming.
But see, the other hiccup is you'll notice I'm running Arcane Blessing on here, so all these transmuted universal probes that I'm creating. Hey, fuck you, you little prick. You too, you little prick. Fucking hate jesters.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Bye, buddy. Sorry about your dad. I mean, this is just general shenanigans. I mean, let's be honest here, okay? Fuck that jester and everything he stood for, right? See, we're gonna stand here. We're just gonna let him come. Fuck him. Cool. And we're gonna do this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. And then we're just gonna melt the leftovers. I love when a syndicate just shows the fuck up because they can. Get off my back, you little prick. Yeah, bitch. Think so? I see you. I see you. You shall die. Cocksucker. Oh, look, another ribbon sliver. Isn't that cute? See, technically, you can just shoot the damn beam if you really want to. Oh, no. You alright there, bud? Guess not. Yeah, see, now we're at our health cap. Now we can just completely fuck about here. So we can pillage, and then fuck these guys, and then fuck these guys for everything that they stand for, and... I mean, like, I love... this is the one time when I love Tab, because, like, it's just like, yeah, this is a good time.
Extraction is available if you need it.
Now, see, you're not hiding behind your homies. Playtime! You're right, playtime. Man, the ribbon slivers. Love it. Only have like 4,000 of them bitches. Fuck you, homie. So yeah, it's like pillage isn't even on here to, you know, armor strip. It helps because I can immediately just cast toxin on everything and just absolutely wreck its fucking day. Look, now misery's fucked. I know it, bud. Yeah, not good. I see this. See. Auga. It sounds like you said, isn't it? Just auga. And no, there's not me making a delay there to cast the abilities. I'm actually just standing there waiting for them to congregate. Really? Oh, hold on. You wanna bust that shit out on me? You fucking serious right now? Be a popsicle, asshole. What a douche. Armor stripping made easy. How you do it with a gun? They killed by worm? What? It's rude. Off the dick. Off the dick. Off the dick. Oh, look at that. Oh. What the fuck was that? Some D&D dying stick shit? And seriously? Like, is this some crazy high kill count setup? No, because it's still primarily weapons platform. It's just with a little extra added little oomph, you know. Just go ahead and toxin proc some motherfuckers while we're doing it. Look, buddy. Okay, let's have a conversation about this. Good talk. It's like literally using your weapons just to kind of mop everything up. Everything's like dying of the Rona.
Consider extraction.
You die. I don't like your green beams of death, stupid. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, we got some of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Cool, love that. Good talk.
Life support activated.
How dare you bust out an Ignis on me, you piece of dog shit. Where you at? In that pile somewhere. There. Pretty bad. It's just like, where the fuck you at? Oh, I see an Examite! Fuck you! No more ribbon slivers, fine. No, I mean, like... Well, actually, I should probably just wait, because I'll probably have another fucking Acolyte soon. Really? You want to do this twice? See? Another Acolyte. You stop with your fire, and you stop with your beam of death.
You will all share in this bounty.
Hi, Violence.
Hold out as long as you can.
Didn't like it, huh? You're a bitch. Pretty bad when I just jump around and toy with the hoe. Stupid. Hey, I don't like you. You stop that. You're an asshole. Okay, good? Hmm? How's that taste? Here, why don't you, cook? Which way is it? Is it this way? No, well, it's kind of this way. It's this way, and then it's like this, and like that, and like this, and, this is where the fortress annoys me. There we go. Now we're going the right way, baby. Yep, now we're cooking with gas.
Tenno, extraction is
I know,
ready.
we're gonna run out of oxygen, even though we're in a big metal fucking suit. That didn't work out as planned, but there we go.
Your will was great.
Yeah, I mean, like, is this some OP kill count? No. But is it fucking hilariously fun to play? Yeah. You literally are just toying with the enemies the whole time. It's just like, oh, look, you guys have armor. Well, here, if my ability doesn't take it, my guns are gonna. So, but yeah, I mean, it gets completely silly. And I mean, you can turn around and you can do a blast toxin on the Galaxian, you know, and have a good time that way, because it's not like we're worried about energy regen with this. So photon overcharge is really just kind of meh, whatever. You don't need it with Lavos. The Cycron being a, you know, a corrosive heat setup, corrosive heat radiation setup is really potent against the Grineer. And then the Zorus, just as you saw, I switched it over to a viral melee, you know, a viral influence build, and it's just like, meh, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, this is so silly. It's so fucking silly because we're using Arcane Blessing in lieu of having a maxed out Umbral Fiber, so we don't have to have so many mods dumped into Lavos. It's just a simple 4, you know, and then we're running, obviously, Adaptation. We're just absolutely tapping out on ability strength. So we're doing Blind Rage and Transient Fortitude and the full Umbral set, so we've got 331%, which gets what that gives you. A pure armor strip with fucking pillage coupled with corrosive projection. So it's very punctual for armor stripping. And for those who don't get hit by pillage, well, guess fucking what? We've got the 2 shards here that just absolutely get the job done. And it's as I've said before, you don't need 2 casting speed shards. It's just comfy. 1 obviously does just fine. And then having a couple of shield shards actually just helps buff what pillage can give you for overshields at the end of the day. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, is this even remotely necessary? No. No, not at all. Is there a reason to do this? But is it funny as hell? Yeah, it really kind of is. If you like weapons platform and toying with enemies, this is your setup right here. Just I mean, like, if nothing else, just this is a fun way to build Lavos, okay? You don't need the emerald shards because you're running an armor strip. I mean, hell, you could use condemn on here instead for overshields if you really wanted to. I mean, there's so many ways to build around this to where you don't need this and you don't need that. But I just find that pillage is really fucking funny. Because you get an armor strip that way. And even for those that don't get hit with it too much, you've got the corrosive shards to back your ass up on that. And then using murmur builds, funny enough, using murmur builds for your primary and your secondary at a bare minimum just makes this fucking hilarity to play with. Because, I mean, like, as you saw, at no point in this mission was I even remotely in danger of dying. I think probably the first minute and a half while you're building up health, if you don't stay up with keeping, casting pillage and keeping your overshields up, then yes, you could be in a little bit of danger. But you got to understand, with this build, the way it's set up, we're at an 86.3 armor reduction, or damage reduction. Okay? So, I mean, like, this is almost as good as my normal Lavos build, but less Forma. Okay, so no Aura Forma, no polarity in the Axilis. I mean, like, it's a little bit of savings. You're talking about 6 Forma compared to 4 Forma. It's up to you, but I mean, if you're having problems with, especially if you're early into the Steel Path, Lavos is a very easy frame to farm on Deimos through Father. Just simple resource farming, and then boom, you got him. The Tenet Galaxy and Tenet Cycron, those are both sisters of Parvos, very easy. The Zoras you get with the Deadlock Protocol. You don't need Worm Prime. You just need Worm, to help with a little bit of, status negation. And then the Tazakor is available at, at Fortuna. So it's just like, none of this is out of the reach of any player as long as your mastery rank can hold up to it. But this is all easy to get shit, okay? Like, this really is. And it's hilariously good all the way up to, Tav. I mean, hell, you could take this to, what is it, Holoco Perimeter, I think it is. Is it Holoco? I think it is. Yeah. Because you get level 150 to 155 Grineer or Corpus, presently Corpus, but you can get level 155 Kuva Grineer at Holoco Perimeter. You will literally get the same result. You will just absolutely rip the armor off of enemies with your ability and guns, and then just basically toxin proc the bejesus out of them and just sap the fuck out of their health, and then just mop up what's left of them with whatever you feel like doing. Hell, the worm with the Tazakor half the time will kill the enemies because they've just got no protection left. So, I mean, this is a really, really goofy, completely unnecessary setup. I've been running it off and on for months now and just making little tweaks and little adjustments here and there. But truthfully, I see posts on Reddit and I see posts on Facebook about people having trouble with the Steel Path. And, like, this is like the hardest thing about this entire build is farming Hildren. Literally, the hardest thing in here is farming Hildren, and that's the fucking Exploiter Orb. And the only thing that makes it hard is the fact that you literally have to completely get to rank 5, with Fortuna, and then you have to start doing the Exploiter Orb. So you can get the blueprint, and then you can get her components. But like I said, you could have a Subsumed Haro and use Condemn instead and just not worry about the armor strip because you're armor stripping with guns anyway. So it's kind of whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you feel good, At least with, Condemn, all you're doing is chaining them to the fucking ground, and with the range you got, you're going to chain a whole fuck ton of them down a hallway and just completely melt their asses while they can't do shit about it. I don't know. I like sharing goofy casual builds. Again, is this some kind of level cap build? Absolutely not. No fucking way, shape, or form is this anything close to a level cap build. But this is a very fun, silly way to play. And yes, this works with Railjack just fine, just like Lavos always does. So I don't know, man. Either way, take the info as you will. Take it as a goofy fucking video and move on. Take the build and use it if you want, or modify it to whatever makes you feel better. But overall, it's a good time. And it doesn't, like, the weapons don't even matter. The person, I'd say the Zorus is always a good option. Zorus, Serata, or Glaive Prime. But, you know, use whatever fucking weapons you want to, but especially if you go with the shard, you know, the two, you know, Talforge Emerald shards, I would highly suggest going with either, you know, base corrosive build, or more specifically go with like a Murmur type build, which would be, you know, corrosive radiation or corrosive electric. Well, no, not corrosive electric, corrosive radiation. And the reason being is because, you know, radiation is a nice little debuff on health. It's confusing. It confuses enemies that are hit by the status, and just generally just helps you just annihilate the shit out of everything as the corrosion is ripping the armor off the enemies anyway. So I don't know. I could go on and on about the ways you can build every fucking frame, but this is just a goofy little fun setup to play. Take it for what you will. So folks, thanks very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. All right.